There's an old and faded picture on the wall. It's been hanging there for many, many years. 'Tis a picture of my mother, and I know there is no other that can take the place of mother on the wall. On the wall, on the wall, on the wall, on the wall. How I love that dear old picture on the wall. Time is swiftly passing by, and I bow my head and cry. But I know I'll meet my mother after all. Now the children all have scattered, all have gone, and I have a little family of my own. And I know I love them well, more than any tongue can tell. But I hold that dear old picture on the wall. On the wall, on the wall, on the wall, on the wall. How I love that dear old picture on the wall. Time is swiftly passing by as I bow my head and cry. But I know I'll meet my mother after all.
Of the morning when the haze had faded, couldn't keep from feeling that her body was through. Spent the night all alone trying to piece it together. It was so familiar, but still unsure. In the light of the moon, it was all around her, a little pocket of heaven in a faraway place. Then she suddenly woke from the voice of a stranger. They seemed to last forever when she walked through Waterloo. When she noticed the clock, it was almost 11. Asleep in stillness in a waking dream. Caught herself by surprise when she looked in the mirror. She knew she'd never be the same again. In the light of the moon, it was all around her, a little pocket of heaven in a faraway place. Then she suddenly woke from the voice of a stranger. It seemed to last forever, but she walked through Waterloo.
I didn't know that Tucker.
All the yellow petals fall, you know you'll never catch them all. Running, running through the hall, and it goes on and on. And back again. You try to remember them, the crimson roses in your hand, but you won't understand, you can't recall the plan. Catch them if you can. Crystal shards glittering, forgotten poets glimmering, silver flashes shimmering, fishes swim among the stars. Where you are, strange these memories, strange things happening, whirling after me. See, what could it be? The moment ends suddenly. Things aren't what they seem. Feels just like a dream. Heard a voice you thought you knew, faces for me coming to. Someone else with eyes of blue catches up, envelops you, and the trees whisper menacing. You can't recall who found this thing. Darkness looms between the light, falls into the evernight, where the twilight never ends. And the walls reaching to the sky, you can't escape them. Wonder why you can't away from where you are, where you are. Strange, these memories, strange things happening, whirling after me. See, what could it be? The moment ends suddenly. Things aren't what they seem. Feels just like a dream. like a dream.
My dad he didn't go fishing a lot, but it was really a treat when he did go with us. And he was with us that day, and all the kids. And we had a few fish on the stringer, and it was around the drift there in the creek, and that's where the fish gathered. So, and I think we only had 1 or 2 gigs, but we were all involved. And this game warden, Ronnie Gladden, and Howard Blunt. Howard was deputy, and Gladden was game warden. They came along and stopped and started to us. Dad saw him coming, and he told Anna Mae, "Sit down and put your dress tail over the fish and hide the fish." And she did, and they came and stopped and talked for a while and went on up the road. And I'm sure they knew what we were doing, but they didn't say anything. Dad was pretty good friends with both of them. I'm sure that they knew what was going on and just kind of overlooked it.
Were you in the water?
No, there's a big drift there. They used to have drifts along the creek, and the water would get deep around that and wash all the gravel out.
So you had the fish out of the water.
On the stringer.
Well, you know, we always kept our fish on the stringer in the water.
On a sycamore limb with a little thing sticking.
Yeah.
And I remember that Leon was the first one to take off. Jess Brakefield, a neighbor, had come by. He had been at the post office and had the paper. So Elvin grabbed the paper from Jess, and he was sitting there reading the paper. Back and forth like that. And so then as quick as the game wardens left, Leon, my middle brother, ran to the house, and Jess Brakefield said, "You could have shot craps on his shirt tail when he took off." One of them grabbed the gig and they handed me the fish because I'd been sitting on them. So I was bringing up the rear, and they all in a line. Elvin, I think, was the one that was back with me. And got to the house. We got to the house. Leon was running around the house saying, "Are they coming? Are they coming? Are they coming?"
I don't remember that part.
You don't, I do. And Dad saw, I think it was Howard Blunt the next day, and he told him, said, "We knew them kids was fishing." He said, "We didn't want to catch them, you know."
watched in awe. But the thing I will not talk about is what the otter saw. I can tell you all the things we sat and watched in awe. But the thing I will not talk about is what the otter saw. A patchwork quilt of clouds thinly veiled the moon. The river's water lapped our toes and gently sang its tune. A pleasant summer breeze kept all the bugs at bay. The hour of the night kept other prying eyes away. I can tell you all the things we sat and watched in awe. But the thing I will not talk about is what the otter saw. I can tell you all the things we sat and watched in awe. But the thing I will not talk about is what the otter saw. What he saw. Bats were flying overhead, frogs croaking all around. The water's surface smooth as glass, he didn't make a sound. At first he came straight toward us, then suddenly turned right. I think he never thought he'd see the things he saw that night. He kept on swimming back and forth, his actions seemed to say either he was very curious or we were in his way. Kept on swimming side to side, it made me wonder why. But what the otter saw that night kept him from passing by. I can tell you all the things we sat and watched in awe. But the thing I will not talk about is what the otter saw. I can tell you all the things we sat and watched in awe. But the thing I will not talk about is what the otter saw. I can tell you everything we sat and watched in awe. But the thing I will not talk about is what the otter saw.
Well, when I was maybe 10 and my brother was 12 or so, my brother was teasing my dad about sticking his tongue out when he was working. Dad always did bite on his tongue when he was doing something difficult. But my brother was teasing him about it, and my dad said, "I don't believe that." He said, I'll tell you what, next time you see me doing that, you get some chicken manure and put it on my tongue. He didn't think it would ever happen for more than one reason. So, but it did happen. He was, I don't know, he was doing such sawing with a handsaw, I believe. My brother sneaked up by him and had some chicken manure on a stick and rubbed it on his tongue and took off running. He could run faster than my dad, and it's a good thing. He, I guess, stayed out till Dad cooled off a little bit. I don't know.
And realized he had told him to do that,
Yeah.
huh? Yeah, I've been passing that one along. I got it from the horse's mouth, so to speak.
19 miles to Baghdad. What have I become? New York's got snow in April, and I can't locate the sun. Tie a yellow ribbon around something. Something good has begun. Katie holds up the Bible. Are you reading this for fun? 19 miles to Baghdad. Soldiers, load up your guns and tie a yellow ribbon around something. Something good has begun. The boy in the middle, he sits down to pray. He moves to the window, I can see him as he waves. Hey Mac, look out, Mac calls back, Billy, I'll be careful. I'm just trying to be brave. So tie a yellow ribbon around something. Something lives beyond the grave. The field reveals that something was concealed. We make a deal to feel again, to ask what is the means and to what end. What is the cause that we defend? Me and the band, we play the bars. And Glyn, she points out to the highway. Flags fly the highest, where the people buy their cars. She says, 19 miles to Baghdad. Guess we haven't come so far. 2 planes are flying across the country. New York's so pretty in the fall. Hey Mac, look out, Mac calls back, Billy, I'll be careful. I'm sure they built them to stand so tall. 19 miles to Baghdad. They fall and we're called to tie a yellow ribbon around something. Something good has begun. Tie a yellow ribbon around something. What have we become?
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. People will forget you, but I won't. You've changed the world in all degrees, bringing people that loved you down to their knees. Damned if you don't, damned if you do. And I thought I could change or make a difference in you. Now that you're gone, there lies a hole. And it's deep in my heart and straight through my soul. And hear my voice, and I respect every choice that you could make. But man, I dream you awake and taking tokes and cracking jokes. And I just wish you were here to vanquish my fears, to vanish my tears. And I will hold you near, from heaven to here. But I can't take your place, and I still see your face. And in back of my mind, 'cause you left me behind. And I hope you can rest with your name on my chest. Now that you're gone, I can't replace the visions I have of your smiling face, viewing the world through bright blue eyes, with a lifelong lost hunger for a meaning of life. And hear my screams, you're in my dreams when I sleep. And all these memories I can't escape. This world full of hate, but I guess I can wait to receive my own fate. And then it's never too late. I believe in my own way that there was reasons for that day, 'cause heaven needs you in its army. It wasn't just last fling, he really was a king. I picture him rolling and through a war he's controlling. How could this be? We were not ready, and he had questions, and then he had no suggestions. we here? What do we do while we're here? And where do we go when we die? No.
shine on harvest moon up in the sky. I ain't had no lovin' since January, February, June or July. Snow time, ain't no time to stay outside and spoon. So shine on harvest moon for me and my guy. Shine on harvest moon up in the sky. I ain't had no lovin' since January, February, June or July. Snow time, ain't no time to stay outside and spoon. So shine on harvest moon.